Hello everyone, and welcome to our first video on this YouTube channel. By our, I mean me, because the other person that runs this channel isn't here right now. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a video on my dog, and his name is Charger. He's my black and white Bichon Frise Shih Tzu cross. We've had him for 3 years, and he is 9 years old currently. His birthday is December 13th, and yeah. So before him, we fostered 3 dogs separately, including Charger. So the first dog that we fostered was this little doggy here. He wasn't actually very little. And his name is Bandit. So basically he broke his leg because I'm pretty sure he was abused and his leg healed shorter, so they had to do surgery on him, and that's the reason why he was fostered, because he had surgery and he had to recover. So, and then after him, we fostered this little doggy here, who was a puppy, and his name is Dyson. And the reason we fostered him was because he was just younger, and if you didn't know, when puppies are younger and they're in like a humane society or SPCA or whatever, they need to be fostered before they can be adopted. So I don't know how old he was, but Bandit was a little bit older, and I don't know how old he was, but yeah, and then after that we fostered Charger. So we fostered Charger for a couple months, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3. And the reason why we fostered him, Charger, was because he had something called a cherry eye, and basically that's when their third eyelid, because dogs have 3 eyelids, that's when his third eyelid was like popping out, and he had to have 3 surgeries, and luckily the third one was a success, and we didn't actually have to pay for any of them because he wasn't ours, we were fostering him. So then after that, we fostered him for a couple months, and we fell in love with him, and so did my mom's friend. So she wanted to adopt him after we were done fostering him. And funny story, Charger was abandoned to the Humane Society because of his cherry eye. I don't think that the family could afford this surgery, and I think it was like a $5,000 surgery. And so his family came back to get him after the surgery. After they heard that the surgery was a success, they came back to get him. So basically, there were 2 other people that wanted to adopt him, and we were just kind of stuck in the middle, fostering him, but we got first choice because we fostered him. And so we decided to adopt him, and I'm very glad that we did, because he's the perfect little companion. He doesn't shed, he's small, he is quite noisy, but it's okay. So yeah, I actually want to tell you a funny story about Bandit. So basically, because then it was bigger, like we took him on walks and stuff, and we fostered him in the summer, so he could go outside easily. And we would tie him up with like an appropriate leash. It was a good width and strength and whatever. And we tied him up to the bench that we have like out in the front, and so because it was summer, I always wanted to go outside and hang out with my friends, and I was Bandit's person, so he was very protective over me, and he really loved me, so I couldn't go out of the front because he would just sit there and he would bark and whine, and he would try to get me, like he'd like try to follow me, and it was really sad actually because I had to leave him. So I would always go out the back and then go like through the lane and like turn around the corner and go meet my friend. But this particular day, I wanted to see my friend quickly, so I went out the front lawn, went out the front way, and that was like the biggest mistake that I ever made, because so basically I was walking down the street to meet my friend, and I was 2 houses away from my house, and all of a sudden I hear like rustling through a bush, and Bandit is there, just there on the ground, giving me his stomach. Like, he literally snapped the leash. It was bitten a little bit, but still, like, that's supposed to hold him. He snapped the leash, he ran through 2 bushes, And mind you, he wasn't supposed to run because of his leg. So he just went full out. He ran right through the bushes, and he just laid down on the grass and just on his back, and he gave me his belly. So he was just crazy, and I was just like sitting there, literally like open mouthed, because I didn't really understand exactly what happened at that exact second when he got there. So, and then I was like confused, and I was like, how did you get here? And then I took him back, and after that we got like a, basically it's one of those cord things that like screw into the ground with a little screw thing, and we actually still have that today. And it was like metal cord twisted together and then like plastic over it so that it wasn't really bitten on. So after that he went on there. He didn't even pull the bench that much. Like, I'm actually really surprised that he didn't pull the bench along halfway. The bench didn't even move. So that was really weird. And a little funny story about Dyson, actually. We used to always give him little treats in a sock, because that's a great way to keep puppies entertained, because they have to, like, we'd put the treat in, and we'd tie the sock, and then he'd have to, like, rip the sock open and get into it and get the treat. So that's, like, a good way to keep puppies entertained. It probably took him about, like, 2 minutes to get into it. I don't even remember, but probably some ridiculous time. And, he started thinking that all socks were, had a treat in them. So he started taking, like, I remember my dad's socks were, like, in the back, and they were, I don't know, my dad, like, just took them off, from, like, after work, and Dyson took them, or one, actually, sorry, and it was, like, as big as him, and he was running down the side, like, running down the hallway. And it was so funny because he was like dragging this big long sock, and it was just hilarious to watch. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This was Charger's story.